All right, welcome into the Paul Farrington Show. Paul, joined by Jack Weinberger and Robert Ziggy Ziegler. Ziggy, don't be so grumpy. We got going on time. It's okay. It's okay.
It's not about our start time, Paul.
Uh-oh.
Are you aware of the outcome of this game?
Drunk.
Yeah, it was scary tonight. The Packers, Jack with his audio on, a horrible start to this year. Jack is actually probably a little
Sorry.
tipsy.
I had a few spotted cows watching this game.
But you know what? Before we start it up, guys, it's Christmas week. Congratulations,
cheers,
everyone. We
cheers.
made it to the most wonderful time of the year.
Let me
Hope
get my
everybody
cheese out.
has
Hold on,
a very
hold on.
Merry Christmas and is enjoying their Monday night so far. Football is on. It can't be better than this. The only way it could have been better is if the Packers did not have a 34-0 win over the New Orleans Saints tonight. But remember, we hate the New Orleans Saints on this show, so it's okay. We're always happy for Saints misery.
I'm happy the Saints lost, but I'm not happy that the Packers put together the first shutout of the entire NFL season.
I mean, can I just say that I'm so back? I'm so back on the pack track. I mean, like these guys were up in the comments these last 3 weeks. They were coming at me. They were disliking me. I was never off you guys. There were just a couple spots where I thought you guys were going to lose, but I like you guys. I'm back on the pack track. All right. So if you guys can have me back, I'd like to be accepted back into the community.
You're begging for forgiveness from the Green Bay
I'm begging
community?
for forgiveness. I like to be liked. I don't like to be this villain. I like to be liked.
And it's the Christmas season, too.
Yeah, come
so
on.
It's the time for
show
forgiveness
some
and everything
Christmas
like that.
spirit.
You know,
Please
you know
forgive
what I
me.
mean?
I'm back on the pack track.
We appreciate everyone. We're hoping this could be a really big show tonight. We see a bunch of people in the comment section. Just keep leaving comments, guys. We're going to try to get the questions if we can. Ziggy with a poll already. Is Jack allowed back on the Packer bandwagon? I mean, obviously, Ziggy and I are off it. That Jordan Love Toyotathon post that he had today, I don't know what's going on here, if there is some conspiracy theory like Jordan hinted to, but for some reason, during Toyotathon, when the games matter, this guy turns it on. And the Packers tonight, Ziggy and I were texting on the side a couple times. And, I'm in a family gathering tonight. I'm playing gestures with my family, and I have the game on my phone on the side. And every couple minutes I looked over, I was just going, holy crap, they are kicking their ass tonight. I mean, this was the kind of Green Bay performance where I actually sat back and went, you know what, screw the Philadelphia Eagles. The top three teams in the NFC all hail from the NFC North, and one of those teams is going to go to the Super Bowl. It's unbelievable what's going on in this division right now.
Yeah, I mean, look, the thing is, I was watching at a local bar in town.
Clearly.
I had an IPA for each Packers first down collected, so you can tell I'm here, surprisingly. But this is a game we expected, right? I mean, it's what the Packers should have done. I don't believe the Saints are a top 12 team in the college football playoff this year. So the Packers took care of business on their home field, did what they had to do, looked like a contender. Toyotathon's here. Jordan Love's doing his thing in the second half of the season.
But I don't know if we thought it would look like this.
No,
We all thought
we
it-
didn't.
Hold on a
We
second.
didn't. We
You're
didn't.
saying
But
this is what we expected.
look,
this
you're
is the first shutout of the NFL season.
But you're a
They
14-point
shut down
home
Josh
favorite.
Jacobs in the freaking second quarter. The game got so out of hand. Like, no, I don't think anybody was expecting this kind of game out of
But you're a 14-point home favorite against the Saints in prime time.
and you win by 34.
34-0 is pretty crazy. Think about. Remember how everyone's praising the Commanders right now for beating the Eagles? The same Commanders team went down to the wire with New Orleans a week ago. I mean, this was a statement win.
And it was an impressive win.
Unbelievable.
Sure. Especially late in the season to get momentum for the where they got Minnesota coming up as
Dude,
well.
how good is this game going to be next week? Vikings, Packers. What's Green Bay's 11-4? We're 13-2. Flex of 425. Game of the week. Right after Christmas. I mean, does it get better than this? Packers and Vikings.
How are we not going?
I mean, we might have to go to this. Guys, you know what? I think I know what the answer is going to be, but Ziggy, can you put out a poll for who everyone thinks is winning in the week 17 matchup, Vikings-Packers? Because, look, guys, these are two of the hottest teams in the league right now. Sam Darnold's on fire. Jordan Love, it's Toyotathon. I can't wait for this. And, hey, if anyone's excited, on Thursday we're recording with Andy Herman from Pack-A-Day Podcast. Actually, guys, I listen to Pack-A-Day quite often because we do have a big Packer following and try to keep up. And I think Andy's one of the best to do it. So
He might be the best.
He probably is the best to do it. So we're excited to have Andy come on, and that'll be coming out Friday. So we can't wait to show that to everybody. What are you seeing here?
I just got to know he is not welcome back.
Well, you won the poll.
So, I mean, I can throw off this cheese head if you guys want.
No, you won the poll. You had over 60% of people say they want you back.
Oh, there's a poll up there?
Yeah, there was a poll.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, so here we got Jack. You are welcome back into the fold anytime. All right. Fine.
All right,
And
it looks like I am the only Viking
to give a
vote.
shout out to a super chat from Emperor Forever who says now's a great time to pick on the Chicago Bears. The NFC North is having postseason fun while the Bears are just driving their tank off a cliff. I mean, we can't all agree. I mean, the NFC North, this might be the best division in the history of football, and this Bears team isn't terrible, but it is just great to watch sort of the perpetually awful division rival just struggle while everybody else is having some of the best seasons in franchise history.
We feel bad. We feel bad for our good friend Weston Dell and the other Bears fans that we all know and love at least one Bears fan in our life. So we'll pour one out for them because what a miserable year they're having. Well, look at us Kings, Packers, Lions fans, Vikings. I mean, we're just sitting back here casually, 11, 13 wins.
Yeah, by the way, my good buddy Alex is watching us right now. He's a Lions fan. And he says he thinks when the Lions play the Packers, the divisional round will be the best game of the playoffs.
It's gonna be fantastic. And we just passed 1,000 in our live stream for the first time ever. Over 1,000. A little round of applause. We have a live audience too. I mean, a Christmas miracle.
Every single one of you.
We hope everybody. Look, I hope everybody right now is listening to this. They have a nice drink in their hand,
Got
whether it's alcoholic, hot chocolate, a coffee, decaf. You know, I hope you're enjoying your Christmas at home right now. Ziggy, why you look so perplexed? Oh, okay.
I hope that if they're enjoying this, they like the video, that they send a chat in the chat, that they subscribe. They haven't subscribed to us yet. Look, if you're here, I mean, we're a couple lovable Vikings fans and a Steelers fan. Apparently just watching the Packers take the NFL by storm.
See, that
you can tell from this video title, we're not happy about it. But if this game is any indication, this Packers team could be dangerous. Come on, join us for the ride.
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun. Matt, maybe go check and make sure like our little cousin didn't kill himself upstairs. If anyone heard that giant bang.
If somebody want to go upstairs.
All right, let's get back to this game here. Right. And guys, please throw in if anyone wants to throw in questions in the chat, we'll try and get to as many as we can as well. But just from watching this game here, you know, on the thumbnail we put Josh Jacobs stiff-arming the hell out of Tyrann Mathieu, stiff-arming him into oblivion. We have Jordan Love looking real happy. 34-0. Like, those kind of games don't happen very often. It's the NFL. I think you came on, Jack, and you said before, like, hey, you got to show up still because it's an NFL game.
Yeah, they did what they're supposed to do.
They did what they're supposed to do. But let me ask you this. When you're watching this version of the Packers right here, where do you have them rank amongst the Vikings, Eagles, and Lions? Like, clearly they are in that tier. But is this version of Green Bay, this ceiling, is it perhaps the highest of all the NFC teams?
Well, what's going to make these guys upset, and I'm sorry, I just came back to your side. I like you guys. I still do believe Detroit, despite the injuries and all this, blah, 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 is the best team in the NFC.
That's a fair take. I mean, it's a fair take.
I'd put Philadelphia at number 2.
Ziggy, pull it.
I'd put Minnesota at 3. I have Green Bay at 4.
Okay.
But like with that being said, though, does it surprise me if Green Bay goes to the Super Bowl? Not at all, because I think they're in that top tier. I think that they're just a 4th team in that tier.
Your friend Alex is gonna get pissed at me when I say this. I think the Packers right now are better than the Lions.
No,
I think right now I'm going Vikings, Packers, Lions, Eagles. I think there's been a flip flop of the top 2 teams.
How can you say that? Like, I mean, the Lions just beat them injured.
I'm sorry, what?
The Lions just beat them injured.
Yeah, no. I think that was a great game. I think the Packers turned it on the second half. If that game goes an extra quarter, I think Green Bay wins it.
Well, it's 4 quarters. It's not 5.
No, I think
that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I think it's a great game between them. And look, maybe I'm talking like 6 out of 10 games here. It's like they're very, very close. I think all these teams at the top are extremely close. But if the game were this weekend, Lions and Packers, I would pick the Packers. I think that they are trending up. I think Detroit has been pretty steady the whole year. The injuries are killers, but you have to outscore them still. Green Bay is one of the few teams that can.
But it's also going to go through Detroit. Like, Green Bay would go to Detroit. It wouldn't be that way.
I think the Packers love playing in domes.
But here's the thing, and we've seen Packers fans talk about this all season, is so much depends on when you play your best football. And while the Lions have looked very good for most of the season, the injuries are clearly starting to add up. You're seeing the defense get a little bit worse. The offense is still spectacular. But this Packers team, their defense is getting really, really hot. We saw what they did in Seattle last week. We saw what they did to the Saints. I mean, Spencer Rattler, I know he's a rookie quarterback, but he's not terrible, right? This isn't like watching Drew Lock or Tommy DeVito go out there. He made some wow throws. They're finally getting pressure on quarterback.
He made the jump throw that Ziggy and I both texted, wow, after the jump throw. And immediately after, had one of the worst throws of the night on the interception. So you had the ups and downs of Spencer.
Yeah, but I mean, the Packers defense is getting pressure on guys. Like, they're finally playing up to the
Cooper,
potential that Packers fans have been hoping for all season long.
Edrin Cooper the past 2 weeks has been unbelievable. I think that him coming back from injury has been a huge addition to this Packers defense. I'm like pausing here and thinking to myself, like, I sound way too much like I'm enjoying this Packers success here, but I am enjoying that. I think it's cool that the NFC North has 3 teams that are the Super Bowl contenders. Like you don't see this very often in sports. We had the AFC North last year. That was an unbelievable division. But really, other than the Ravens and the Bengals, I don't think... I'm sorry, the Bengals were horrible because Burrow got hurt. Other than Baltimore, I don't think anyone believed in the Steelers or the Browns other than you. And you know what? For that, I'm proud of you because you're an optimist. You're a Steelers fan. But yeah, even you didn't believe. I look at the NFC North, and I really do see 3 teams that are all very, very good. Like objectively Super Bowl contending teams. And that's just unbelievable to me. How often when's the last time you remember seeing that?
Who do you think looked better tonight, the Packers or Ziggy?
Oh, Ziggy. And the comment section knows it too.
To read one of our super chats. We'll get to all of them, but
I mean, Ziggy's got
this one's from
got that nice sweater.
Jean-Marc Brown. Ziggy out here looking like a zaddy with the fresh cut and the comfy sweater.
So Ziggy, I mean, take nothing away from you because you look fantastic as always, but the Packers did win 34-0, so I think it's close. I think it's closer than most people think.
That's pretty impressive, Ziggy, that in a night where the Packers do have the first shutout of the season, there are people willing to say that you look better. That's impressive.
I like the sweater.
All right, go ahead. Keep going, Ziggy, through the
glasses.
A lot of love in the comment section. Keep going through the super chats, please, Mr.
We've got a few other super chats to get to. Koenig Rain says, I owe someone $2, so figure what the heck not. Meffin says the Packers are the youngest team in the NFL for the 2nd year in a row. That's true, and I think that just speaks to... Also, it seems crazy to me, the coaching staff in Green Bay, it seems like you're not hearing anything about them. LaFleur's won 11 games for 11 games 3 years in a row. He's made the playoffs 3 years in a row for the first time anybody with the Packers. He's been incredible. I don't know why he's getting no credit. Matt Williams says, I understand the Saints actually have a solid pass defense, but they're not liking what they're seeing from the Packers passing game. I don't know. I thought Jordan Love looked pretty good tonight, but fair enough.
Jake
and
Davis.
Then Vagabond says, do you remember when the Saints started 2-0? I remember.
Yeah, the Saints being 2-0.
We ran a contender-pretender segment for the Saints.
The Saints were number 4 in our power rankings like week 3.
And my boss, Colin Coward, remember he tweeted out the Saints might be the best team ever. And then we were all joking around about New Orleans, how good they looked when they went to Dallas. Of course, no one knew what Dallas was at the time. But since then, what a dumpster fire. I mean, holy crap, it's been bad.
They went into Dallas on like 40. We came on, it's like, oh, crap.
They looked like a juggernaut.
Like, this team's amazing.
Alvin Kamara looked like he was the best he's ever been. Derek Carr was slinging it all over the field. Well, Chris Olave was like barely involved in some of these games, and they looked unbelievable. But you know what? That's what happens. In the NFL, it's so week to week. The reactions are so intense immediately that maybe this is something for Packers fans. Although, when you win 34-0, you should be excited. But it's such a week-to-week sport with the reactions that you really go all in. I mean, we have our friend Sebastian over here. He's a big Falcons fan. Sebastian's probably thinking Super Bowl after this Michael Penix win. But I'll say slow down a little and, try and see the big picture here. But when you do that right now, if you're a Packer fan, the big picture is the Super Bowl. The big picture is the Super Bowl for the Vikings. Like, it's gotten to this point. We're now into week 17. And if you don't believe in your team at this point, that's on you. You just don't find any joy in anything.
It is just hilarious seeing you got Minnesota sitting there at what? They're 13-2, and the current 5 seed.
Yeah, we don't even have a home playoff.
Yeah, I mean, they go on the road the entire way.
We have had one of the best seasons of my lifetime. I'm 26 years old.
They're in real risk of getting the 7th seed.
Yeah, I'm 26 years old, and I've had 4 memorable seasons. I've had 4 memorable seasons in my whole life. And somehow we're the 5 seed in the division still. That is the little hint of black cloud in an otherwise fantastic season.
You know what's going to happen? Kirk Cousins will get his revenge against Minnesota.
I swear.
Kirk Cousins is going to win the war.
If we go to Atlanta, Sebastian, if we go into Atlanta as the 5 seed and Michael Penix, finds a way to beat Washington, they win week 18, they win the division. If we lose, I'm shutting down the show. We will never record again.
No, we will run live. I will cry.
We'll do a live, and then I'll never record again.
But what if the Packers win the Super Bowl? What if the Packers win the Super Bowl?
Oh, well, begrudgingly come on, and it'll probably be the best show in the history of our program.
I have Green Bay out in the first round on the road in Seattle.
It's LA right now.
You just said they'll be Detroit.
No, I'm sorry, LA. No. That would be this divisional round. I have Green Bay out before that. Are them out at the West winner?
No, Seattle sucks.
We do have to give a shout out to a Sketchmain coming in with a big $20 super chat. With Malik Willis getting a touchdown drive, they ask, how do you feel next week playing against the Packers? And we've been saying it throughout this show. This Packers team, this is their 5th game in a row, scoring 30 or more points, right? I'm scared. This is the first time this season, like this stretch of games, obliterating the Seahawks on the road when the Vikings barely edged them out into this game against the Saints, demolishing them. This is the first time I've really felt terrified of the Packers. Like, it feels like they're finally achieving their final form.
It's weird. Like, you know what is also nuts is that to blow the Saints out, the Saints, a couple days before Christmas is outrageous.
That's horrible. It's got to be a bad omen.
Yeah, but
like
come on, you can't. Like, karma's gonna catch up to you in a couple weeks, you would think, right?
All right, couple shout outs.
You can't
here
beat
in
the Saints
chat.
like that on December 22nd.
Jake Davis, generational hater on Twitter, generational hater in the YouTube comment section as well. Want to put that out there. RJ McReady, he says, Paul, peep the Packers chat on live media interview. We're shouting you guys out in the chat. LOL. Thank you. We appreciate that. We'll see. We'll see if anyone responds to that. So thank you very much. Yeah, here's Matt Eldridge. Is the Vikings pull off the Rams? Somehow they lose. Yeah, Jake Davis, just generational hater. So good job, Jake. Keep that up. Okay, so as we continue through here, right now, Ziggy, Jordan Love has been pretty much sensational since Toyotathon began. Sensational, really, since the bye week, since he's gotten healthy. Right now, this version of Jordan Love, comparing him sort of to last year, do you think that are we starting to see last year's Jordan Love emerge as we go week by week right now?
Starting to. It's here.
Okay.
I mean, again, you look at like what he did against the Seahawks, and I know that this game against the Saints, he didn't put up the biggest numbers in the world, but this is a game, again, where they started resting Josh Jacobs basically in the second quarter because the game was that over. Jordan Love looked good. There were some throws. I mean, on the deep throws, it feels like it's Jordan Love and Josh Allen, and those are the two best in the NFL at this point at doing it. Like, I think in particular that, like, it was, third and whatever, and he throws that 45-yard bomb to Jaden Reed right over Tyrann Mathieu. He's, like, no slouch, right? Tyrann Mathieu is not, like, some garbage NFL safety. He's a very, very good player. Like, the Saints' pass defense is good. They've been good all season. The Seahawks, their defense was trending up. Obviously, Sam Darnold had a nice game against them, but, like, going to Seattle is always hard. The way Jordan Love has been playing, it feels like he's dialed in. And I don't know, now that he's posted that picture in the Toyotathon sweater, I don't know where things are going from here, but he's certainly going to give Brian Flores a match.
Look, the other thing, too, about Jordan Love right now, and Packers fans, let me know how you're feeling about this. I think he's been really good. And we've come on now, and we've done a few reaction shows over the past few weeks, and a lot of the comment section is saying that, you know, he has another level to go up. And I probably agree with that, but I don't think Jordan Love has been meh. I still think he's like, when he's dropping back, part of the fun of Jordan Love is he just launches the ball all over the field like a lunatic. But I think from the second half of the Lions game, you know, watching him tonight, they've been like, he's been very good. I don't know why people are saying he's been average over the past few weeks. His numbers aren't crazy. You go and you look at his stats, he's under 200 yards. He's not having 4 touchdowns, but like the guy is playing great football. What are you laughing at? Am I wrong here, or is this a comment?
No, I'm watching this Packers live post game, and RJ McReady goes in all caps of "gas station girl wasn't real," just like in the Packers live video. Which, by the way, we're like almost twice the size of the Green Bay Packers live right now, which I can't believe.
Wait, who?
Like the Packers live?
Gas station girl?
Like the Packers YouTube channel right now.
Oh, it has to be a misrepresentation of a number. It has to be. But
I'm serious.
I mean, look,
I'm 100% serious. You can go check right now. We appreciate all of the fans. This has been incredible. Speaking of fans, we've got another.
Is that my gas station?
Chat in here from Meffins. If it's any consolation, it's hard to win against an NFL team 3 times in a season. That scares me. Because I think we're beating the Packers next week, which means we won't be able to beat them in the NFC Championship game.
It's a Q match. Vikings Packers. We'll go to that. We have to go to that.
You know what's going to happen is the Vikings, probably their biggest home game in a long, long time. Next week, they will lose that game at home. The Packers will beat them.
I think right now when I'm looking at this game, forget the curses. And wow, this is how you get got here. When you say forget the curses,
you can't forget the curses.
That's the moment. Remember all the Lions fans a couple weeks ago when I was saying, hey, you guys are cursed. I know you're having a great year. I got eviscerated in the comments section. You would have thought I like shot a puppy.
You like that word,
don't
you? You like that. You use that word a lot recently.
Eviscerate is a phenomenal word.
I know what it meant until like a week ago.
No, but you should start using it. It's just great. It
Ziggy,
sounds
Ziggy,
so intense.
Can you eviscerate me, Ziggy?
I don't like that. But I got crushed in the comments section about the Lions and saying that the curse is real and that you shouldn't be celebrating everything. And the Lions fans are saying, Hey, dude, we broke it last year. We got to the conference championship game. Curses are broken when you win the Super Bowl. All right? So, like, you're seeing the Detroit curse is all the injuries. Like, that is the curse. And I just jinxed the Vikings because I said, forget the curse. The curse will come later for us. Any Vikings fans, and Vikings fans in the comments know, it'll come later. It'll come in a more heartbreaking situation than losing to Green Bay at home, although it would be quite a Green Bay thing to do to beat us. I look at this game against the Packers, and going back to the matchup back in, week 3 or 4, whatever it was, that first half Vikings, the defense was swarming. They were all over Jordan Love. And then you had those little moments, though, where what the Vikings do is they'll have big moments of collapsing. The fumbled punt that I think, who fumbled the punt? Ziggy? With Naylor come in, right? Because Powell got hurt. He fumbled the punt. Green Bay scores. Like, Darnold had the strip sack, and then Green Bay scores. So that's what it'll come down to is I think the Vikings are actually a better team slightly than Green Bay. Green Bay's defense is coming on, the offense is coming on, but I think the Vikings are just a little bit better. But they're more prone to collapsing than the Packers are. They're more prone to the big mistake. And to me, that's what it'll come down to. Will Darnold have a huge fumble? And lately, he hasn't been. Lately, Sam's been unbelievable. MVP good. Truly MVP good, Darnold's been. But what will happen when, the chips are on the table and we need to beat the Packers and Lions back-to-back to get the 1 seed? That's when I get a little bit nervous because I'm a Viking fan.
That game was just flex, right? 4:25 Eastern time?
4:25, yeah. I'm assuming that Brady will be on the call, right?
What was it? It was 1 o'clock initially?
Yeah, 1 o'clock initially.
Steelers are 0-2 at Brady calling our game. I hate Brady calling our games. You don't want Brady calling your game.
Let's see. Jake Davis, the Vikings offense is not better. Dodger Dad, Jack looking at Paul like, no, they ain't. Come on, guys. I can't even put out a poll because our audience is so skewed here.
It's super chat coming in from Vagabond. One of the nicest things to see is Jordan Love throwing in the dirt and not playing hero ball. I do think that's actually been a big difference. There were a few times early this season where Jordan Love felt like he had to do everything and tried to push it. And some of that, I'm sure, was the fact that they had a big lead, so he knew he didn't need to do anything. But seeing Jordan Love continue to develop and mature, I mean, it's scary. There's no way around it. He makes better decisions, it feels like, as the years go on. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not happy about that.
No, that's part of when I said, Love throws it around all over the place. Part of the difference, though, from the beginning of the year is that he went in the beginning of the year when he was throwing all over the place, it was into guys in double coverage, triple coverage. Sometimes he got away with it. Right now, when Jordan Love steps back to pass, I'm thinking it's going to be completed, or I'm thinking it's going to be, at the very least, a smart, calculated throw. And when you have that version of Jordan Love combined with the talent they have on the outside, that's when the Packers become so scary because they can pick you apart in so many ways that if the guy orchestrating everything knows what he's doing, then it becomes an issue. And Jordan Love right now is locked in, and he's ready. Like I think the quarterback play between Goff, Love, and Darnold right now is all up there with the highest it's been all season for these guys, and that's what's going to make this race as we enter the playoffs so fun. Is you're having the most important players on each team playing their top game. And I want to say one thing. So here's Memphis left a chat for us. He says, I love how the Lions think they have 2 good seasons and they already think they're real rivals in the NFC North. Part true. True.
They are.
Part true.
I mean, you just talked about curses. That seems
part true because
the Lions
the Lions haven't been around.
curse.
The Lions haven't been around. The rivalries are not as intense between the Bears, Packers, Vikings, and the Lions as they are between the other 3. But I will say you have to take them seriously. Like they are in the NFC North, and they are the best team in the league how they have been most of this year.
I think the Lions have broken their curse.
You just don't get it. Any Lions fan in the chat gets it.
I'll revert back and say you need to win a Super Bowl, but I totally disagree. The Lions making the NFC chip and now being in contention for the 1 seed this year, to me that's a broken curse.
Ethan Robson says 4:30 a.m. in the UK. Can't wait for an early game next week versus the Vikings. Ziggy put up a poll. Hold on, I have to scroll past it. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to everyone. Look forward to watching in the morning. Oh, Merry Christmas, Ethan. Happy holidays. Thanks for tuning in from. Wow, that's dedication. Tuning in from the UK, watching the Packers game till 4:30 in the morning.
You need a round of applause for Ethan Robson. That's a real thing.
That's. I mean, just as a Packer fan, that's impressive. Staying up in the 34-0 game here. Do we have one more super chat come in? I don't think so at the moment. Okay.
I have a Jack who's taking the CFP from Goofy Goober Sama.
Oh, you know who it is, right?
Yeah, I have Georgia beating Arizona State in the final.
Georgia beating Arizona.
I actually took I took Georgia plus 600 to win it all the other day, so I got the Georgia Bulldogs.
But they're not even winning their next game.
They're gonna kill Notre Dame.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Let's get to some of these fan questions.
I'll put $1 million on Georgia beating Notre Dame.
Go ahead, Ziggy. Hit some fan questions here.
So this is from the Codcraft Gaming. How can the Vikings possibly stop Toyotathon Love?
Oh, listen, with the Vikings, it all comes down to pressure and getting to the quarterback. I mean, I know it sounds kind of dumb, but like in the games that the Vikings have had trouble, it's been the Rams game. You know, think about the second half of the Packer game, and think about the Lions. Those games, even when sending pressure, they couldn't get to the quarterback. I don't know what was going on. I don't know if guys just had an off day. The blitzes weren't the right packages, whatever it might have been. I'll need to go back and watch. But they weren't able. It was weird because Stafford, you know, they couldn't get to him. And even for moments of the Seattle game, we couldn't get to Geno, and Geno couldn't move. But when the Vikings can't dial in that pressure, that's when they're able to be picked apart because, you know, they're sending people and they can't get home. So I really think that the way to slow down Love and the Packers is get to him, hit him, make him uncomfortable, get him. Like I know he's good against the blitz, but you have to get home and you have to make yourself felt early. It's really the only way because he's dialed in.
I think they're so tough to slow down right at this very moment. Where I think a type of game next week, both teams are going to score their points. It'll be a track meet in my eyes. It's which quarterback, Jordan Love or Sam Darnold, who have shown at times they're both prone to it. Like, who's going to make that big mistake late in the game? Like, who's going to force that one turnover or force that one punt late in the game? I think it's tough for both defenses to stop both offenses.
These are two very, very close teams. People are out here making it sound like I think the Vikings are going to crush Green Bay. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think they're very close.
That's going to be a good game.
They're very close.
I don't think it's going to be any farther apart than the first game.
Well, the first game we kicked their ass. Let's be real. We kicked their ass.
Just in terms of the final score, I don't think it's going to be more than like a one-score game.
Okay, fair enough.
Speaking of track meets, this one comes in from Michael Merrill. It's about two people I wouldn't want to face in a track meet. Who do you think is going to have the better game next week, Aaron Jones or Josh Jacobs?
Oh, it's hard not to say Josh Jacobs. He's been unbelievable.
I think you have to. Like Aaron Jones, he's a great player, but there's a reason that the Packers moved on from it. It's because he just can't take the volume anymore, right? The giant loads are just too much for him. Josh Jacobs, he's young, he's sturdy, he can take as big a load as the Packers want to put on him.
Jeez.
I mean, they rested him for like the second half of this game, but that's what he's able to do.
Can you take big loads, Ziggy?
Dude, you're gonna be in one of the compilation reels.
Definitely not certainly not in the way Josh Jacobs can. I mean,
he can take bigger loads than you.
Have you seen those muscles?
Yeah, he
like
can probably take bigger loads.
I mean, he gets hit. Like, he gets pounded and he just keeps taking the load that the Packers give him.
Yeah. All right.
I'm going to have to go with Josh Jacobs.
Who can take bigger loads, me or Paul, you think?
All right, let's get back on track here.
Fans, who takes bigger loads, me or Paul?
Yeah.
Aaron Jones as well. Wait, hold on. I just want to
XX.
Wait, hold on. For a second, I want to say Aaron Jones, too. If Aaron Jones, Josh Jacobs has had some unbelievable games where in multiple 3 touchdown games, he's been dominant. And you'll watch the Packers offense sometimes. And even with all the stars, even with Jordan Love, you'll say, hey, he's the focal point right now. Like, he is what's making this offense click. Aaron was more like that earlier in the season for the Vikings. I think he's slowed down a little bit, but he is still head and shoulders better than Cam Akers and Ty Chandler. He's a very important piece of the Viking offense. I just think they're relying on him a little bit less than they were earlier. Part of that might be because of age. I mean, you look at the pass to run numbers last week. We were throwing the ball a lot more against Seattle. So I think Josh Jacobs will have better numbers, but the impact of both these guys is tremendous on these two teams. I just wanted to give that little shout out about Jones. Like, he has not been used as much as earlier in the season.
I think that I could beat both those running backs. I could beat both those backs in a 100-meter dash.
I think you get murdered.
You think I get murdered? I think I would beat them. There's a better chance I beat them than I get murdered. I might lose close. I wouldn't get murdered.
Next question.
This one's from XX McLovin XX. This is
an OG.
What are your thoughts about how Green Bay has a tough run game and a very fast and very physical passing game?
I'm sorry, say that again? What?
How do you feel about the fact that the Green Bay has a tough run game and a very fast and very physical passing game?
No. I think that makes him difficult to stop. Like straight up, Josh Jacobs is one of the best running backs in the league. He is a physical back. You got to hit hard. And then the receiving game, they have 4 guys who can hurt you. So you got to be able to cover one-on-one because you can't double team everybody. And that's what makes it tough when Jordan Love is on, is that, yeah, someone will probably be open on most plays. That's why I'm saying you got to get home and make him uncomfortable, because if you let Jordan Love sit back there like Geno Smith was for part of this Viking-Seahawk game, or the way Matthew Stafford was in the Ram game, he'll pick you apart. Like, there are guys, Mac Jones will not pick you apart, right? Will Levis will not pick you apart. The Vikings had a bad game against the Jaguars, but they were playing a bad team, a bad quarterback. If you don't show up, the Packers make you pay.
Love is yes, I could tackle Josh Jacobs. And Love is one of those guys where if you see him with time and you see him get a throw off, you're like, oh crap, that's probably going to be complete.
I'd love to see I'd love to see Jair Alexander back for this game.
Oh, thanks for just cutting me off.
I'm sorry. Someone left a comment
here. What do you mean you'd love to see
No, you know why? Because I want Justin Jefferson to kick his ass. Like, you're going to get some real Paul Farrington emotion this week during the show. Like, a lot of times we'll come on here and we talk objective. We talk objective. That's why people like the show. We're real about our thoughts here. But this week I might become a little bit biased. I want to see Justin Jefferson just scorch Jair. I like one thing that will get me mad. If there's one thing that ever gets me mad as a Viking fan, it's the 2009 NFC Championship game. That'll do it time and time again. I'll leave a room. I won't don't bring that up. The other thing that actually kind of pisses me off is when I see the Jair grittying over Justin Jefferson video. That one really bothers me for some reason, and people are going to be a pain in the ass this week with it. So I need Jefferson to have a game against Jair, because I can't stand that video.
I got a weird feeling Jair might bottle him up. This could be a big Jordan Addison game. Who do you think's better, George Pickens or Justin Jefferson?
Next question, Ziggy. Do we have some more here?
So before we do that, I just want to remind folks, we've got a ton of people watching. If you're enjoying this, feel free, throw us a subscription, put a question in. We're getting the questions. We're going to continue to get to them. If you put in a super chat, we'll for sure get to it. If you're a member, we'll get to it. I love the super chats. We appreciate every single one of you. Here's one super chat from Sounds Epic Music. The Packers are great because they share the load onto a bunch of backs. All three got it in tonight and had explosive performances. I mean, there's no doubt, right? The fact that you can have three running backs behind that offensive line, all of them score a touchdown. I like what they've done. It seemed going into the season, like this speaks, I think, Gutekunst and the fact that he doesn't get enough credit either. Like, it seemed like A.J. Dillon was going to be the plan, and that was a disaster. It's undrafted guys doing a lot of the lifting for them, and they played pretty well tonight. So I've got to give credit where credit's due there. Back to some of the fan questions.
Wait, I'll say real quick. Sean Penn says, Paul, you need to rewatch the first Packers-Vikings game. You've repeatedly said the Vikings kicked Green Bay's ass. Yeah, I have. Love was injured, and if Green Bay had a kicker, they would have won that game. So
if they had a kicker, they still don't win that game.
Yeah. Real quick. The Vikings dominated most of the first half. I know you missed two kicks, but the Vikings run complete control. If we don't drop a punt, like we could play the if game all the time. If the Vikings don't drop a punt, it's not 28-7. You're probably not making the comeback. I will say there was in the beginning of the fourth quarter, there was a run from Green Bay that made it a game. Okay, so it was a game. I'm not saying it wasn't, but when you look at the collective whole of it, the Vikings were the much better team on the day, and that it didn't wind up showing in the scoreboard because Green Bay scored at the very end of the game and had an onside kick attempt. But if you watch that game, Minnesota played much better. There were a few things here or there that allowed the game to be closer. Like the Vikings, if they punch it in at the end, they win by 16, and we're not talking about this. There's a lot of ifs you can play. You watch the footage, Minnesota was better, but yeah, Green Bay had that spurt to make it close, and I think this will be a very good game this weekend.
Ziggy, we have a $5 donation.
Oh, no.
Ziggy, take your shirt off. $5. Come on. That's what
I'm afraid I can't Kirby McLaughlin, but I appreciate it.
Oh,
Kirby, don't worry. We'll send you some links, Kirby.
Yeah, we'll send you some links. We got some links, Kirby.
Go ahead.
What's your reaction to Lions fans suddenly rooting for the Packers, presumably to beat the Vikings?
Understandable, completely get it.
It's the same reaction I had when the Packers were playing the Lions, right?
Yeah.
Like, look, it's divisional rivalries, whatever. Yeah, sure. But when it's for the 1 seed, and if the Packers beat the Vikings, the Lions are in an excellent position to claim the 1 seed. They can just win and get it. You want that to happen.
I completely... yeah, go ahead, Jack.
There's not one Lions fan on the planet who would root for Minnesota to beat Green Bay next week.
Yeah, Bears, Vikings, Lions fans, we all hate the Packers the most. Like we all do.
Yeah, but if Detroit wins, then Green Bay wins, they're the one seed.
Yeah, no. We all hate the Packers the most. But at the end of the day, I completely respect, I even admire people who hate another team so much that they'd rather see that fan base miserable than anything else. I think that's great. You want to hate? You want to hate in sports? Go for it. But I'm the kind of guy that my interest lies in winning a Super Bowl. And, that's part of the reason I'm such a miserable fan is because I want to win the Super Bowl. And even I enjoy watching the ball bobble off Green Bay Packers helmets in the NFC Championship game. I enjoy seeing double doinks from the Bears. I enjoy watching the Lions go 0-16. But what I really want is to win a Super Bowl. And whatever it takes to get there, if I have to say go Pack go, I'll say it when they're playing the Lions because I want the Vikings to win a Super Bowl. So any Lions fans who's rooting for the Vikings to beat the Packers because they hate Green Bay, look, more power to you. I love that you hate the Packers that much. But I think you're on the wrong side here. Your goal should be to win all the time.
Last year, I was at I watched all the Lions playoff games at this big Lions bar in Manhattan. It was a lot of fun, and they were rooting super hard. It's funny, like Detroit had the 3 seed, right, and Green Bay was like the 7, Dallas was the 2, and they were all still rooting for Dallas to beat Green Bay.
Oh, yeah.
Which is funny.
But that's different. You don't benefit if the Packers win.
Well, they would have got the home game.
But you can have a home game. Like
you're right.
Yeah.
That I can, yeah.
But it was funny, like, still seeing them, like, with Packers would score, it's like, oh, crap.
I also think that Green Bay was playing better than Dallas. I mean, clearly from the way the game went. But, yeah, no, I mean...
Green Bay was...
It's like you won't root for the Ravens.
No, I told you. I root for my division in the playoffs, and we're out of it.
You're delusional. You're not a real fan.
I don't know why. When Baltimore won the Super Bowl, I was rooting for them to win the Super Bowl.
I also want to say to Lions fans, because I think we have some Lions fans who are in the comment section and who listen to this show a lot. A lot of people are coming out and calling Lions fans bandwagoners right now and saying, that they don't belong in the division rivalry and all that. And I completely disagree with everything. Like right now, guys, if the Packers or the Vikings were 2-14 every single season, and then we had a year where we're 14-2, 13-2, like, of course I'm going to start getting excited and being vocal about it. Like, when you're 2-14, you don't go on Twitter and say, hey, like take a look at us with Dan Orlovsky. We're kicking ass right now. No diss to Dan Orlovsky. That's just the only guy I could think of right there. But I think Lions fans are great fans. People are saying they're closet bandwagoners and like...
Oh, Lions fans are fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, you've been miserable for so long. Like, you deserve to be happy. Go ahead, brag about your team. Like, they're all injured. Half the team's on IR. I totally respect what the Lions are doing, and I think their fan base deserves the right to be cocky this year. They're having a great season.
Ziggy, we got 10 more bucks to take your shirt off.
Ziggy,
that's now $15 just for you to pop your shirt off.
Did you ever think in your life you would have people paying you?
If drops $50, the shirt's coming off.
Are you serious?
Off stream, I'll come back no shirt on.
Okay. If someone drops $50,
I'm
Ziggy's
100%
shirt.
Is that like borderline? Is that borderline prostitute? I don't know.
I don't know. Ziggy's not having sex with the guy.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's just taking his shirt off.
The way that this chat and this show can get out of hand when it goes live is out there. But I'm just waiting now to see the I'm waiting to see the $50 donation come in. That was a dangerous number you put out there.
I think it's gonna come.
Borderline reasonable from Ziggy too. It's an acceptable offer. All right. So let's $100.
Let's get back to the questions.
$100.
I'm question here.
I'm gonna get with Paul and Aaron for $100.
As the scumbag. Would you rather play against the current Lions or the Packers in the playoffs?
Wow,
that's a tough one.
In the road or on the road or in Minnesota?
Let's assume it's for whatever team you're a fan of. It's on the road.
Ziggy, a lot of people are going, please, someone do it. That's hysterical.
Come on, guys.
All right, I'm sorry. Say that again. It's on the road.
Yeah, on the road. You have to either go to Detroit or go to Green Bay.
I'd rather go to Detroit.
I'd rather go to Detroit than Green Bay.
And it's no disrespect to the Lions. Again, great team, hard offense to stop.
We got it, Matthew Ashley. For the culture. $50. Oh, here we go.
Oh no.
This is what the show has been.
Man.
This is what the show has been waiting for.
I've been begging for this for like 3 years.
This has been 3 years in the making. Come on.
This is unbelievable. I actually don't know if he's gonna do it or not. I really don't.
I mean, he has to now.
All right. No shirt.
Oh, Ziggy, someone else donated $50.
Yeah, we got
Another one
we
said
did-
take it off.
We now have 100. You gotta take off your shirt.
I
Ziggy, you gotta just pop off your shirt.
think you gotta.
You gotta
pop
do
off.
it. You gotta do
I'm
it.
not leaving it off.
No, you do put it back on. You can put it
Yeah,
back
but
on.
just pop it off for a
Guys,
second.
you guys don't understand. This is painful for Ziggy. Like, Ziggy really doesn't want to do this. But I think he's loyal to his... Oh,
there it is. Yes.
It's been done.
Wait, no, come back. Come
Oh
back. Come
my
back. Come
God.
back. Come back.
No. You don't get it. That is painful for Ziggy to do that, right? That's
Ziggy,
amazing.
But for $100, wasn't that worth it?
No.
Really?
He put out the offer.
I
Ziggy-
wanted that for 3 years. I wanted that for 3 years.
There are only so many people in the world who could pull that off the way you just did.
I just cannot wait to see the
I don't
comments.
even know. I don't even know how I'm supposed to go back to football after that. I mean, that's the greatest moment in the history of our show.
Yeah.
Like,
Here we
that's
go.
what it's
Like,
all about
let's go. Send me the screenshots. Let's go.
I mean, that's the best moment we've ever had as a show right here. The comment section's hysterical. We are all witnesses. Ziggy, we're gonna need to get a picture of Ziggy, like shirtless,
Chat
in the
going
LeBron James.
crazy.
Yeah, Jack's gonna have to walk off screen real quick. That's the most excited I've ever seen him. A little bit too excited behind the bar here.
I wanted a bit longer.
Oh, unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, you were in the middle of a point, weren't you? Oh, he's done.
Oh, another $20
We got it
donation.
from Jason Clav. I've enjoyed the show all year, guys. Packers fan, looking forward to y'all's end of year. I'm blinded by the whiteness. Y'all are crazy.
Now,
This is amazing.
how much would someone got to pay for the pants to come off?
Oh, God.
No.
I mean, that
We've
would be.
gone far enough.
I
We've
think
gone
someone
far
pay a
enough.
couple thousand for that, to be honest.
Goffeld says, time to get the lotion, boys. Oh, my God.
no.
Oh, my
No.
God. Do you see that, Jack?
Oh
I can't
my
believe it.
God.
I'm sorry, I can't.
All right, Paul, you got to do
I
it.
fulfilled the end of the bar.
Is this what is happening on this show right now?
How many drinks is Apesh at tonight?
Did someone? Apesh must be
mean, oh
must be
my
drunk off
goodness.
his ass. I don't. All right, wait. Before we hit that, Brett says Josh Jacobs takes such huge loads every week. It's hard for a guy to take so many loads over a season and still be able to dominate other men. Actually, kind of true. What just happened?
Richard.
Oh my
I
God.
can't believe it.
I'm a Packers
I'm a
fan.
Packers fan. I'm also a loser that will cheer on the other North teams to win the Super Bowl. See, Jack, you got a kindred spirit. Keep up the great work. Merry Christmas, everyone, and cheers.
Merry Christmas, Richard.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I don't know
Hope
what.
everyone's
Like,
having fun.
I root for my AFC North in the playoffs too.
Truffle shuffle. You now have your thumbnail for the video. Yeah, we have a thumbnail that'll sell out all the time. we appreciate this very much, guys. I hope everyone's having a lot of fun.
200 for my shirt to come off,
We got
absolutely.
the best fans in the whole business.
200 for Jack.
200 for my shirt to come off, absolutely.
Is this like what is the legality here of what's going on
We're
the
gonna
show?
get our YouTube channel.
Is this the kind of thing that can get banned? All right, wait. We need to go back to Richard because Richard really put out an unbelievable donation here. Ziggy, here's what I think happens. I think you gotta pop it off again and then shut down the offer.
No, I can't. I fulfilled my end of the bargain. This is totally unrelated.
RJ McCready, if you send $200, I'll take my shirt.
I mean, I don't understand the. There actually may be.
deranged.
Do we have a
To
legal
be honest,
counsel?
I
This is a weird chat we have going on right here. You were in the middle. You were in the middle of a thought. Jake Davis, pectoral paul. Actually, pectus excavatum is.
I don't think
real
anyone cares
serious
about
condition
football
that
anymore.
people-
Packers won his big win, great stuff, and now they want to see the real action.
This is the most amazing live. We've held 1.7 thousand people watching
that's
this.
ridiculous.
Benjamin Martinez, can we just get a shirt of just Ziggy's torso?
AI generated chat summary. Viewers are reacting with shock and incitement to the OnlyFans controversy involving Ziggy, Jack, Richard, and Paul.
Wait. Read that
That's
again.
the YouTube chat summary.
The summary of this episode is what?
Wait,
Can we tweet that?
hold on. 300 for full frontal Paul.
Oh my God. Are we gonna open up a Paul Farrington
Ziggy.
OnlyFans?
Ziggy, this guy Zachary Moore says you should create an Only Zags instead of an OnlyFans.
Only Zigs.
Only
Only
Zigs.
Zigs.
Yeah, Only Zigs.
Wait. Can you read the AI description one more time?
Viewers are reacting with shock and excitement to the OnlyFans controversy featuring Ziggy, Richard, Paul, and Jack.
Can you, Richard?
I've got a screenshot of that.
Richard's
Poor
donation.
Richard, man. Richard gave like the nicest donation in the history of the show.
No.
Was that
Really
$100?
Christmas Eve
Even though you
this.
didn't take it off again, the Richard comment is probably my favorite comment I've ever seen. And for that reason, Richard, I hope you get some enjoyment out of that comment. That was unbelievable.
Well, you can go back and just screenshot Ziggy with his shirt off.
Okay, hold on a second. There's a couple more. There's a couple more super chats that we have to
JP
get
Poetry.
to.
Two-part question. Number one, who
Good
in the
Lord.
NFC North has the best chance besides against the healthy Eagles? Two, aside from the Eagles and the three NFC North teams, do you see a dark horse that can make it to the Super Bowl from the NFC?
All right, who would like to take this one? How do we get back on track?
A dark horse in the NFC. So the favorites are the Packers,
No,
the Vikings, the Lions.
There's no dark horse in the NFC. It's that simple.
I think
One
the
of
dark
those four
horse-
teams is good.
I'd say the Bucks.
Yeah, but they're not going.
No, it's the Rams to me. The who in the North has the best chance against the healthy Eagles team? I think I might say it's not the Vikings. I'll tell you that.
I think it's
not
I
the
think
Vikings.
it's the Vikings.
I think it's Detroit.
I'm scared.
Jalen Hurts, his kryptonite for the longest time in the NFL has been exotic, ridiculous blitz packages. Who in the NFL is the best at ridiculous blitz packages? It's Brian
Going to
Flores.
Philly, I wouldn't be comfortable with us. I'd be more comfortable with the other two teams, but I'll say, like, let's pretend it's neutral field here. I would go. I just don't know if Detroit would be able to stop them. That's the thing. But I'd probably still go the Lions against Philly, honestly, because I think their offense they just keep coming at you.
Go to the Commanders.
No, the dark horse though, Jay. I would definitely say it would be the Rams that they get in. They have a Super Bowl winning quarterback. They have the weapons. They're all healthy. I mean, that is that team when they get going is dangerous. And then I put the Bucks after.
I said Tampa Bay.
The field's almost set.
It's probably Bucks and Rams.
All right, what's the other? We have another super chat here, right, Ziggy?
This is from Goofy Goober Sama. A friendly wager. The Vikings win out, grab the 1 seed, go to the conference championship game and lose. Everyone on the Paul Farrington show goes shirtless for an episode.
You
Can't
don't-
accept that.
I'll go shirtless. I don't need any sort of motivation. To go
Yeah,
shirtless.
Jack would just go. The Vikings win out, grab the 1 seed, go all the way, lose everyone. Oh, and we lose. Oh, I won't be shirtless. I'll just be depressed. That's what'll be going on there.
How about pants?
John Clevin donates $2. Thank you very much. Wow, this has been an unbelievable live. I mean, this has to be maybe the best episode we've ever had. Matt Allen,
It's the craziest.
Matt
for
Allen's
sure.
producing, and we've had just an what just came in?
Oh no.
$300.
Oh my
Wait,
gosh.
I have to read it. I don't even want to read it. I haven't read it yet. $300
My
for Paul
God.
to take his shirt off. You guys have given this Packers fan 1 year of amazing commentary. You all deserve the cash. Ziggy's commentary. I can't
Take it off. You gotta take it off.
I mean,
Take it off.
no,
Take it off. $300. Take it off. This guy just gave us $300 to take your shirt off.
I truly don't know the legality of this right here. What
Hey,
is?
an extra $100? I'll stroke Paul's chest while he's shirtless.
Ryu Hitsuya, Merry Christmas from Toyota Thought. No. This is the dangerous thing about having Jack, especially a tipsy Jack on this show, is like, I'm back here by myself. I don't have help. If someone puts a big
This
donation.
guy says, who gets double team more next week, Justin Jefferson or Jack? Me.
I mean,
Paul,
I guess I got to do
you gotta
it.
take it off.
Like, is this?
You got to take it off.
Does this count as like? Do we have anyone who's in the law right
Well,
now?
yeah. How does this work?
I don't know, Paul.
Ziggy, you just did it, so you can't even say anything.
I mean, this
It
can't
was
be
a
like
mistake,
it can't be
but we're here
illegal or we can't get punished for it. It's probably legal.
It has to be. It has to. Is there a lawyer in the chat right here? Like what's the legality on stripping on your YouTube channel?
Do you know how?
I am stripping on the YouTube channel, am I not?
Do you know how much money we'd make just dishing the podcast and having an OnlyFans?
Oh, Nate Dizzle says I'm a lawyer. It's legal as long as you keep your pants on. We got a bunch of lawyers in the chat.
Yeah, take it off. Take it off.
I'll take off my shirt.
Totally
Just
legal.
For the chat. For the chat. All right, pop it up.
Here it
Someone
comes.
wants to donate
Here it
$300.
goes.
$300 is $300. You know what I mean?
Now you got to keep it off for a little bit.
I mean,
You got-
come on. Does it get better than this?
you got to keep it off for a little bit, all right?
Merry Christmas from the Paul Farrington show.
You want some beers on your chest?
No, please, God, no. Actually, you know, I was kind of dying in that sweatshirt. You did me a favor, man.
I'm just imagining that like Herman is sitting back, Andy Herman's just sitting back, like, why did I?
Like,
Agree to
I
go
will
on
never.
this
I'm not coming
What
on
have
these
I
guys'
done?
show
You,
anymore.
you have to understand here, though, like, we have a show that we try and get sponsored by people. We try and have people. We
don't have any sponsors.
Oh no, it's falling apart today.
Hipster
Like
University.
it's completely over here.
I got a massive half chub right now, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean this is
with Paul sitting next to me shirtless here, man.
all right. That was great, boys. I appreciate everyone for paying money to see me take off my shirt. I really hope. You know, I know my parents watch every show. I know our parents watch every show. I mean, this has just gone downhill. This can't be what they expected from when we said we're starting a YouTube channel.
We probably got some more female
Max
viewers.
Neumeyer's making a different kind of request for you to put something on. Will you wear the love jersey if the Packers win?
Oh, if the Packers win, I mean, that's our traditional bet, is it not, Packers Nation? If you guys beat the Vikings, which clearly you haven't this year, then I wear the Jordan Love jersey.
The youth large.
Yeah, the youth large. Just so Packers fans also appreciate it, because I believe most of you guys are the 1.5K we have remaining. I can't believe. So wait, I take off my shirt and we lose 200 people immediately.
Well, yeah, Pat.
That can't. How is that possible?
Pat McAfee.
When I did it, we gained.
McAfee's shirtless every episode too. So it can't be like.
McAfee would. Yeah, McAfee would do it too. I guess that's the real question. Would McAfee do it? If it's yes, you're probably.
Who has a
close.
better body? You or Pat McAfee?
Well, put it, Ziggy. Can you put a poll out?
Put a poll. Who's a better body?
Paul
Pat
Farrington
McAfee
or
or
Pat
Ziggy?
McAfee?
Or
Let's
Ziggy.
Oh, well, Ziggy will run
Ziggy
away
will,
with
yeah,
that
Ziggy
poll.
will walk away with that. Yeah.
$2 from Truffle Shuffle. You are attempting to diversify your viewers. LMFAO. Ziggy, can you please send me that AI
We just got
description?
Yeah, I'll shoot it over to you.
Yeah, I want to tweet that out there. Better shirtless Ziggy, Pat McAfee, or Paul. That's all. I got to screenshot this before we get back to our standard programming here. John Clevin says Green Bay / Philadelphia on a real football field would be great. Dude, I totally agree with you. That would be a fun game to watch, and we could even get that in the 2-7 game. Like, if the Vikings win, there's a very real possibility we have the Packers going to Philadelphia in the what just came in.
The Packers get murdered in Philadelphia.
I don't think they get murdered in Philadelphia. I think that's.
I don't think they get murdered anywhere.
No, they're playing well enough that they can go in anywhere, and not only just play with, but beat someone. How am I like talking football right now after what's been going on this show? Like,
The football talk is over.
It seamlessly went back. I mean, I have friends, coworkers, family who watch this. Like, this is an all timer. This is an all $300, bro. What the hell?
I can't talk football anymore at this point. I've had about 7 IPAs.
You know Andy Herman right now is sitting back in his chair going, "What did I just agree to?
Can I cancel? Is it too late?
Can I cancel? Like, am I gonna have to be?" We went live and they're like $300 for Andy to take off. What happens? What happens? Andy would say no.
Ziggy, how much do you bench press?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I would. That's why I asked.
I think $1,000 donation, we get a bench press over there, and Ziggy pops it off, and he starts ripping 225.
If we got $1,000 donation, would you start bench pressing in the background?
I don't have a bench here.
We could buy one with the grand, probably. We could get him the weights.
Yeah.
We could take care of business there.
Who do you think can bench press more, me or Ziggy?
After seeing that, Ziggy.
You got to go Ziggy, right?
After seeing that, Ziggy.
After
Okay.
seeing that, it's got to be Ziggy.
Do we got another question? Yeah. Sounds Epic Music says Andy probably thinks this is hilarious. I hope Andy finds this hilarious.
Hope so.
Otherwise, we're losing a pretty big.
We've lost 300 viewers since the shirt came off. Just saying.
So this is a question from.
I voted for myself. Oh, I'm at 13%.
This is a question from Benjamin Martinez. Who's better, Toyotathon Jordan Love or Perk Rogers?
Oh, Toyotathon Jordan Love. Toyotathon Jordan Love is the guy.
Yeah, Toyotathon Jordan Love.
Was he like 50 touchdowns and 5 interceptions? He's
lost
unbelievable.
like 2 games in Toyotathon.
Yeah,
it's
unbelievable, and it never ends with Jordan Love and Toyotathon. No. That post he had today was perfect, and that's why like it's difficult to hate the Packers. It's difficult to hate the Lions too, and that's what's frustrating as a Vikings fan is like these guys are fun. Dan Campbell's awesome. Like I enjoy like the NFC North. This might be peak NFC North. I don't know. Like let us know in the chat as well if you remember back to 80s. I won't say for Packers fans, but 90s, 2000s football a little better than I do. Like this might be the most fun the NFC North has ever been this year. Like great characters across the board, fun personnel. Like it is just an unbelievable division. And then you have guys like us who are podcasters taking their shirts off on live air. All right, Ziggy, a couple more questions and then we'll shut down this strip club.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go throw up.
Yeah, this has been
an unbelievable line.
Unbelievable. So this is a question from Lakeshore Packer backer. What do the Vikings do at quarterback when Darnold leaves this offseason?
Oh, I don't think Darnold's leaving.
Like, I think unless Darnold falls flat on his face in the playoffs, this is my revised opinion. I don't think we're letting it go.
No, you can't. You can't let him go right now. Unless he completely agree with you, Ziggy. If he falls apart, maybe. But like the way Sam Darnold's been playing right now, you have to. I don't bring him back.
This team's good. This team's ready to win a Super Bowl. I don't want to trust it to a quarterback coming off a knee injury just on his own. No disrespect to JJ McCarthy. Like, Darnold works on this team.
Oh, and Ziggy, for anyone listening too, if you want to clip this and post it somewhere, I'd love for this to be posted. Everybody talks about wanting to be the Packers, having a young quarterback, resting him behind a veteran, letting him learn, letting him develop. Everyone wants to be the Packers until you have the opportunity to be the Packers. And what I mean by that is everyone wants to rush JJ McCarthy in, or there are people who want to rush JJ McCarthy into the starting job. That's not how the Packers operate. If you want to replicate them, you have to be willing to make the sacrifice when you have the decision. Hey, let's let him keep sitting, learn behind Sam Darnold, extend Sam. You said, Ziggy, what, a 3-year contract? Have an out after
$120 million.
Have an out after the second year. Sam gets a lot of money, has the opportunity to earn that max gigantic deal if he deserves it. And, if he does, great. You have your franchise quarterback. Then you move on from JJ. If Sam doesn't, you have the out. And then McCarthy's had this time to develop, and he has had the experience that you want him to get. So people always want you to replicate the success Green Bay has had, but then when it comes down to it, they're scared to do it because of the urgency of the situation and wanting to win immediately. And I get it, but that's just how it goes. You got to be able to make the sacrifice.
We have any more questions? I think. So there's a likely playoff matchup. It's not guaranteed, but it looks pretty likely, I think, that Green Bay is going to go to Philadelphia. At least there's a decent chance of it. So this person asks, if Green Bay, this is from, can't remember the name. It's a fan, Truffle Shuffle. It's from Truffle Shuffle. If the Packers go to Philadelphia, round 1 of the playoffs, who would you rather have win?
If the Packers go to Philadelphia, are we assuming the Vikings, let's say they get the 5? Let's say they lose.
2. Vikings get the 5 and Vikings get the 1.
If the Vikings have the 5, I would rather Green Bay wins. I don't want to go to Philadelphia. Yeah. If the Vikings have the 5 and Green Bay gets the 7, and I guess in that case, and goes to Philly, let's say we beat the Falcons or the Bucks. Tough game against the Tampa if it comes down to it. No offense, Seb. We get the 5, then we would go. Who'd be the 3? The 3 would be the Rams. The Rams would play the Commanders or something. So yeah,
maybe the Bucks, maybe the Falcons.
Yeah, I would rather have the chance to host the NFC Championship game, and I don't want to go to Philly. That's the other thing. I'd much rather go to LA or Seattle, whoever winds up winning the West, than have to go to Philly in the second round. So 100%, I would be rooting for Green Bay. If the Vikings have the 1, it becomes a little more interesting here. I actually probably then I just don't care. I'm just watching the game. I actually think I'm more scared of Green Bay than Philadelphia coming into Minnesota right now.
But you'd be more scared of going to Philly.
Yeah, more scared of going to. Well, we don't have to go to Green Bay. That's not an option.
Oh, right.
I'm more scared of going to Philly than Detroit. I'm more scared of hosting the Packers than the Eagles, probably. Look, it doesn't have to make sense. It's my mind, all right? This is just how I'm operating here.
And you have liquid IV.
Yeah, Jack, between all that, the stimulation that Jack's had is out of control.
Steven, give me that trash can.
We're closing the stream here, but there's one last question that we said we'd address.
I'm joking.
I want to do score predictions, immediate reaction. We haven't had Andy Herman come on. We haven't had a really smart Packers fan who knows his stuff better than we do tell us all the reasons that Green Bay is going to kick Minnesota's butt. What's your score prediction for the Vikings-Packers game on Sunday, 4:25? We'll start with Jack, then we'll go to Paul, and we'll finish with me. I'm just taking over the show. This is Ziggy's.
Yeah, Ziggy's done a good job.
I have 24-20 Green Bay. 24-20 Green Bay.
If I swear, does that take away monetization here?
Be kind.
In the great words of Kirk Cousins, frick you, Jack. Frick you.
Thank you.
I think that the final score is going to be 27-23 Vikings win. I think it'll be a good game.
Is there an actual Green Bay in Green Bay? Like, is the water green? Or is it just called Green Bay for no apparent reason?
Allison Tuckwab says, I want the Vikings to Philadelphia. I don't. Oh, I want to. Oh, I thought it was edited.
She was ways to go to Philadelphia and play.
Yeah.
Midwest Mountain says 87 to 2.
87 to 2. All right, Ziggy. You built it up. What's going on here? It's 1-1.
I mean, the Packers are coming off a couple of great wins, no doubt about it. But it's against the Seahawks and the Saints. Seahawks are a solid team. They sort of divide the contender pretender. The Saints are not good. And I get that it's a really impressive win against a team that's not good. But we saw what happens when Green Bay plays Minnesota. I know Jordan Love was hurt. And he's playing lights out. But the Vikings defense continues to impress. And Sam Darnold is playing lights out too. He's gotten even more comfortable with our receivers. Aaron Jones has continued to impress. The offensive line has improved. I got to take Green Bay.
Are you kidding me?
Too hot.
Are you kidding me? How is a Viking fan sitting here on this show right now?
I want the Vikings
the Packers
to win
are going to beat the Vikings.
But you know what we do here.
When we're hosting them.
We say what we really think.
No, what do you mean?
And
we have a chance for the
very hard
1
for me
seed?
not to see this. Look,
No, Ziggy, that's a shame.
That's a shame.
Like, that's
That's a
like,
damn shame.
Like that's like me picking Baltimore in Pittsburgh this weekend in a crucial game like that. Like that would never happen. Like for me to pick Green Bay is one thing, but I'm ashamed you pick. Like you picking Green Bay is disgusting.
Like I don't want it. I really don't want it to happen. But I think Green Bay is going to win. And I think they're going to win comfortably by 7 to
Green
10
Bay
points.
is too hot. What the hell does this even mean? Like the Vikings are red hot. When's the last time the Vikings lost? October?
I mean, Jordan Love's pretty hot.
It's been 2 months.
I mean, it's hard for me to look at some of these Viking games, like beating the Cardinals by 1 and beating the Seahawks by 3, who the Packers conveniently blew out of the building, and say, oh, yeah, the Vikings are hotter than the Packers.
Vikings beat the Packers. If we could play the comparison game if we want, we could go on all day about the comparison game here. The Vikings beat the crap out of the Bears. The Bears beat the Bears and the Packers had a blocked field goal that settled that game. Like we could play comparison game. It comes down to the 2 teams on the field. They're both very good.
The Packers, I think the Packers are the better team right now.
Someone says, "Come." Joe Mama says, "Come home, Ziggy." Come home.
When I saw that picture of the Jordan Love sweater and the Toyota-thon, I said to myself, I'm like, Green Bay's probably gonna win out, and I had to go lock myself in my room for a couple hours.
No, there's one person in this chat who understands. One person in this chat who understands, and his name is Wes Vickus. I hope I pronounced that right, Wes. He says, well, sorry, this was the wrong comment. Not Ziggy, admit the hedge. He said the Vikings have to beat the Packers so they can lose to the Lions. However, Wes, I'll take it one step further than you. I'm going to try and, jinx the jinx here. The Vikings will beat the Packers to open up the opportunity to lose to the Lions, but the Lions are probably more cursed than the Vikings in heartbrokenness. Not heartbrokenness, in misery. Nope, not misery, numbness. So the Vikings beating the Lions would be the most numbing thing for a Detroit fan to have this amazing season and then have it just turn into a 5 seed, while the Vikings then get the 1 and lose heartbreakingly in the NFC Championship game. I'm not going to say to the Packers, but probably to someone like the Packers.
Let's put this to a poll. Who knows ball? Ziggy or Paul?
Or Jack. Or me. Throw me in there too.
Throw Jack in there.
Throw me in there also.
Delete that poll and put Jack in there.
Yeah, come on. Throw me in there too.
You're right. Okay, I didn't want to embarrass you, Jack.
I think some people know that I know
the
ball.
real ones will know. 87% to 12. Are we serious out here?
I bet you I win.
No. All right, put that back in there. Put that back in there.
I'm putting it back.
Ziggy, Paul, Jack. And guys, when you're voting here, try not to be biased. Take this into consideration.
Yeah, take it seriously.
Jack, I can't vote for Ziggy because it's been he's going to run away with this. It sounds like. Do I vote for me or you?
Well, who do you think knows more ball?
No,
I'm in last. What is going on here?
I know ball.
The amount, this show.
I mean, Jack is just inexplicably right.
Yeah,
this show turning into the enjoyment.
Paul, I know more ball than you do.
Impossible.
Ask the audience.
Jory Prosen, thank you. Paul is balling. Thank you, Jory.
I know more ball than you.
The fact that this channel thrives on my misery is both really funny to me and so sad, which I guess will make people happy.
What do you mean? How is Jack even on there?
Yes. Hey, Werewolf. Thanks.
I should be on there.
Werewolf gets beating Paul.
All right, what are our numbers right here?
We got Ziggy 77%, Paul 10%, Jack.
Fuck yeah! Oh, there it is.
I'm at 14.
You're right. I apologize. I should have left Paul off.
Wait, am I losing?
You're dead last.
How am I losing to Jack on this?
Paul, I think I'm right more than you're right.
You're dead last.
Jack comes on this show and just how am I losing?
I think I'm right more than you're right, and people know. The audience knows that, so they're voting for me.
Look, yeah, you know what? Do a Jack versus Paul poll. Do a Jack versus Paul poll.
I'm gonna kill you in
So
Jack versus Paul.
Ziggy ran away with the 75%.
Who has a bigger?
Just because Ziggy's out here throwing out all his numbers doesn't mean anything, guys.
Who has a bigger schlong, Jack or Paul?
That
I
poll
know,
next.
no, dude. Who knows more ball?
All
Jack or
right,
Paul?
we got the poll. Who knows ball the second best, Jack or Paul?
I will beat you.
Jeffrey Weinberger says, "Is Paul hammered yet?" Jeff, I don't have what I used to have back in my like senior year of college days, but so like one beer will do more than it probably should. I'm not hammered yet. If I cracked the second one though, it would probably start to, unfortunately, get a little bit out there. Spotted Cow, by the way, guys, I will say to all the Midwestern people out there, just a great beer. Like I reached out to their company, to New Glarus, and asked for a sponsorship. Heard back nothing, of course, but you know what? Great beer nonetheless. I'll shout out.
The Midwest, those states, Colorado, Kansas, Wisconsin, just great states out in the Midwest.
Yeah.
By the way,
it's
if you're enjoying whatever this live stream has been, feel free to throw a question there. We won't get to it because we're about to wrap up. But if you want to ask us future questions, you can subscribe. Throw questions in our mailbag. Become a member.
What's the poll at?
Questions answered in the mailbag.
Jory Prosen says Jack knows about loaded balls.
What's the poll at?
It's Paul 57, Jack 43.
This is a real contest here.
You're-
This is gonna come down to the wire.
You're surprised that it's this close.
Shocked.
You think that you know a lot more than I do.
I think I know
When
infinitely
in
more.
reality you don't.
I think I know infinitely more.
No, you
Truthfully.
don't.
Naked Paul equals Beetlejuice. What is that? Whoa, I just read a random.
If I win the poll, Paul will go naked on the last 5 minutes.
Tommy
Thomas
Cash
Cash
is right.
is-
Jack knows geography. He doesn't know ball.
Has Tommy Cash has seen most of this live?
Does
I mean,
Tommy
he's the man.
Does Tommy think Colorado's in the Midwest?
Tommy. Well, I don't know if you can
XX1
ask
does
Tommy.
not think Colorado's in the Midwest.
It is.
Tommy's the man. You know what? Tommy is unbelievable. I went on a cruise with Tommy. Dude racked up in poker. He was unbelievable. The life of the party. Tommy was so much fun on this cruise that we were walking around the next day. People were walking up to us that we didn't even remember, and I felt like I was walking around with a celebrity. I'm sure everyone has a friend like that, but I was walking around and people were like, Tommy, unbelievable last night. We're like, we don't even know what happened out here.
Warshwadler Swallows says, I voted Jack, but it's Paul.
All right, Paul won.
Yeah, I think that's good for the show.
Tommy, Colorado is wherever Jack said. My brother said.
Colorado is wherever Jack says.
My brother Jeffrey says, "Go Dogs." Go Dogs is right.
Shut up, Jeff. I'm a big Jeff fan, but sometimes
I hammer the Dogs.
it could get a little bit out.
Ziggy knows the Dogs are gonna win this weekend.
Oh man, thank you, Sauce. He says I love this show.
I'm gonna throw
All
up in the
right,
next 30
folks,
seconds.
I think it's time to wrap this.
We're gonna turn it off, and Jack's gonna throw up all over the bar. Wait, but can anyone guess real quick? Guess how many drinks Jack had tonight? Guess how many beers Jack had? And he said he came downstairs, and I walked out of the room ready to do the show, and Jack was lying down, face down, sleeping. And I was like, "Holy crap, he's plastic! Like he can't go on the show." Guess how many beers Jack had? I'd love to see what people are thinking.
Keep in mind they're IPAs. They're heavier. They're heavier.
I want to see. I want to see what the when the numbers.
I don't
start
think
coming in here.
Wisconsin can drink what I can.
Oh, dude, I think here's the numbers: 12, 7, 10. 0.5, 15, 2, 22, 6, 22. If Jack had 22 beers,
I'd
think
be
you'd die.
dead. I think.
I actually think you'd die.
No, I had 4 IPAs. But that's
now you're coming to guess it's 2, 3.
But that's essentially like having like 8 regular beers, is it not? They're like 9%.
I guess yeah. I guess yeah. It's a lot.
Especially
of
me
IPAs.
being like 140 pounds.
69, 80 beers. Well, all right, guys. I hope everybody enjoyed this live streaming. It went in a direction that, frankly, I didn't see it going in. It was a lot of fun. You know, we had a live
This was
audience.
70 minutes. This is far and away the longest live and the most popular live we've ever done. So
Yeah,
we
this is one of the
appreciate
most
you all.
successful shows that we've ever had. I mean, goes all over the place. I think we showed a lot of diversity as a channel today, and I hope we can continue to be that in the future. But I hope everybody has a great week. Spend a lot of time with your family and your friends. All right, have a Merry Christmas. Hopefully, Santa's
No,
good
but
to everybody.
Take one break from your family and friends, or stay with your family and friends and watch us do our Andy Herman show on Friday morning when it drops.
Oh, that's a great idea as well. That would be a great
They're
idea.
all-
That could be
they're
a
all
Christmas
saying-
tradition.
I
for
think
you.
that's-
just listen to the Paul Farrington Andy Herman show.
Yeah.
They're all saying 4 IPAs. That's breakfast.
Dude, it's different out there. I'm telling you, it's different out there.
Maybe it is.
When I was at ND and you'd walk around, see some local people. I mean, like you're talking like offensive linemen who could just bully you under the table if you drink with them.
Maybe I don't want to. Maybe I don't even want to
No,
try.
you don't. You don't want to. You don't want to. They're built different out there.
Yeah.
They're really built different out there. But we hope everybody's having a great time. Santa's good to everybody. Ziggy, I hope Santa gives you what you want, and that's a Viking 1 seed, correct?
Yep.
There's got to be something else. Before we get off, there's got to be something else, Ziggy. Is there something that that Santa can bring you that would make you happy?
Collected works of William of Ockham.
What the fuck? What does that even mean? All right, Truffle Shuffle, Merry Christmas. Great show.
9 volumes in Opera Philosophica and 11 in Opera Theologica. I've been trying to get my hands on a set of the complete works of William of Ockham for a long time.
If we dive in, like we're about to wrap
if
up.
you want something smaller.
Ziggy, my brother says Merry Christmas.
The
My brother
Leibniz
says Merry
Devolder
Christmas.
Correspondence.
Live it. What is it?
It's a book put up by Yale University Press.
Say it again. Live what?
It's dual-facing translation of Leibniz Devolder.
You're speaking English?
When Leibniz is German.
Okay, good. Yeah, I thought it was a
German.
separate language.
Names.
Look, Ziggy, I hope you get it. I hope you get it.
Ziggy,
Someone says so base, Ziggy.
My brother says Merry Christmas to you, Ziggy.
Merry Christmas.
Jeffrey.
Doesn't he go by Jeff?
Jeff or Jeffrey.
He
Either
doesn't
one.
go by Jeff.
Merry Christmas, Big J.
If there was a world where this turned into a philosophy discussion, and if that had happened, it would have been I don't know. What
I would have
Any
laughed.
philosophy questions in the chat?
You go, Ziggy. All right, we're gonna wrap it up here. Ziggy knows the most philosophy. That poll would be 100.
Any questions for me?
Yeah, drop philosophy questions
for me.
Leave them on our YouTube community page, and Jack will get to them this week.
Does a straw have 1 hole or 2?
When Jack stops, Jack usually likes to take an hour every day to meditate and think about the questions of the universe. So when he gets a break, he'll go and he'll respond to everyone's philosophy questions. All right, Tommy Cassius says hi, Matt. With that, Merry Christmas, everyone. Hope you have a great week, and we'll see you.